Alright, this is a time-lapse of my payload map I made for the Rule of Threes contest for TF2 maps. For the contest, we had to limit the number of objectives on the map to 3, hence the name, Rule of Threes. And for this I chose payload and called it Rumford. I already detailed the first area of the map, kind of, so we're going to be starting between A and B. My theme for the map that I'm going for is going to be Alpine with industrial mixed in, because this is actually a paper mill that's based on a real town in Maine. The first 2 points, A and B, are going to be outside, and you're going to see the progression of how a paper mill works. So we'll start with A point, where it's kind of like processing logs and turning it into wood chips, where B is the storing of the wood chips, and then inside it becomes industrial, where the turntable is processing those wood chips, and then last it showcases them actually rolling paper. Throughout this time lapse, you're also going to notice a couple of things. There are some weird jumps and a couple other things. I recorded this over the course of about a month, and when I compressed this footage into a time lapse where it was at, I think, 500 speed, it was 5 hours long. So I've cut it up into parts. I was going to do 15 minutes apart with some voiceover, and I've also blurred out a couple of areas because people kept messaging me on Discord and I didn't want them to get potentially doxxed. I also, for the most part, cut out me compiling the map just because you don't really need to see that happening, and it was kind of a waste of time over the course of 30 days. Compressed it down into 5 hours. It was, about 30 or so minutes that I cut back in compiling. For the most part, in these time lapses, I'll probably be quiet unless I have some train of thought I want to explain in what I'm detailing that's on screen. Without further ado, sit back and enjoy the time lapse. Right, so this area that I'm currently working in, I wanted it to kind of be like a transitional area between the sawmill portion of a paper mill and the storage area. So in this flank area, I decided to make a conveyor belt with a wood chip texture by Zeus, actually, and he made it so it could scroll. So I actually made it so that there was an active conveyor belt next to you in gameplay space, which a lot of people said was cool. This also general area between A and B has also been kind of called bland and stale, just because it repeats a lot of themes throughout the map in this area. So I'm going to revisit this area and change a couple of things to kind of make it more unique. Like, one thing I want to do is the window that you can see next to the conveyor belt is I want to add a river, because paper mills are actually supposed to be next to rivers because they need a lot of fresh water to make paper. And I was also going to put in a dam to kind of help generate power for the paper mill, and all this other kind of cool stuff that's in out of bounds in 3D Skybox, kind of on this area of the map beyond the conveyor belts here, where right now it's just trees and stuff, because I was very strapped for time with this map. I had about a month to detail it, and it was very underfinished. This version was currently B3B by the time I was done, and that was the version I submitted, and it was unfinished. You could tell. It got second place, that was cool. That's all I wanted, really. But this little room I'm making, I kind of wanted to throw in these little kind of Easter eggs throughout the map, these little spy tech rooms, to kind of help illustrate that, hey, this isn't just a paper mill. There's something else going on here. I did this in Red Spawn. I don't remember if I recorded that or not, but I tried to kind of illustrate that, hey, there's a little room here. It's not really maintenance. There's actually like spy tech stuff going on, because I wanted to experiment with this map and get some more out of bounds detailing together to kind of help tell the story.